We're at Croydon Cemetery. We've come to a very famous case, a grave here of Derek Bentley, who died aged 19. It was a massive case. He died in 1953. He was a victim of British justice, basically. Unfortunately, our audio went strange on this, so I'm going to have to do a voiceover on this. We wanted to do this respectfully, especially when he has family members who are alive, and we can see how beautifully this grave is kept. We mean the Bentley family no disrespect. We've known about this case for many years. I knew about it as a child, so please know we have the deepest respect. This case was absolutely heartbreaking. Derek Bentley was a lovely young 18-year-old man from London. He was from a very loving and caring family. Derek loved music and his dogs and cat. Derek suffered epilepsy with seizures and had the mental age of 11-year-old, possibly due to a head injury at a young age and his petit mal seizures. He was also illiterate. He was described as feeble-minded and couldn't even understand the whole alphabet. Derek had the IQ of 77. Derek sadly didn't appear to have many friends, possibly due to his mental age and epilepsy. His mother and father also tried to make sure that the company kept wasn't the wrong type of company. A troubled 16-year-old Christopher Craig was possibly Derek's only friend. Unfortunately, he was led astray and taken advantage of by Christopher Craig and trying to fit in possibly. Derek was persuaded by Christopher Craig to break into a warehouse one night in 1952. Not understanding fully what he was being led into, Christopher Craig had a gun and gave Derek a knuckle duster. The two men were spotted on the roof by neighbours. The police turned up to the roof and approached Derek and Christopher. Derek didn't run or retaliate. Christopher Craig pointed a gun at the officer. The officer told Craig to hand the gun over. Derek then shouted to Christopher, "Let him have it, Chris." Then Christopher shot the officer in the shoulder. The officer grabbed Derek and arrested him. More police arrived on the roof. Christopher began shooting and shot a police officer in the head, which killed him. The worst part of this case is that the judge misinterpreted, "Let him have it." Derek was telling Christopher to let the policeman have the gun. The jury found both Christopher and Derek guilty of murder. Christopher only sentenced to 10 years in a Young Offenders Institute, as he was only 16 years old. Shockingly, Derek, 19, was sentenced to death by hanging. This was regardless that the jury asked the judge to show mercy. None of Derek's mental disabilities were taken into consideration, despite documentation that supported this. Neither did he kill or harm anyone. His family, especially his father, appealed, wrote to absolutely everyone he could to stop his son getting executed. Thousands signed petitions against the death sentence, and many protested outside Wandsworth prison to try and save Derek's life. Sadly, on 28th of January 1953 at 9 a.m, Derek Bentley was hung. His body was buried in Wandsworth prison. His poor family couldn't bury their boy. Eventually, in 1966, his family were able to rebury him in this cemetery. In 1993, Derek's sister Iris was finally granted a royal pardon for her brother Derek. In 1998, the Court of Appeal finally quashed the case and overturned his conviction. He received a posthumous pardon. Sadly, Derek's mother and father were no longer alive to have this justice. The family never stopped fighting to clear Derek's name and to get justice for the wrongful execution of Derek. Of course, he would have been held accountable regardless of trying to break into a warehouse and carrying a weapon. But he was not directly involved in the murder of that police officer, neither did he commit murder or physically harm anyone. I do hope the judge had some sort of karma for this decision. and this never would have happened nowadays. It's really important that people know this story, because Derek's case is a huge reason why capital punishment in this country was abolished. Please go view the film, let him have it. It's a 1991 film about the story of his life and the story of what happened to him. I think it's really important for people to know this piece of history and to remember Derek as an unsung hero and absolutely a victim of British justice. To the Bentley family, any communication that we receive doesn't mean that Derek's not at peace. We feel Derek is at peace, and we did have some communication from him, and you'll be able to see that as the videos are uploaded. Rest in peace, Derek.